Hello and welcome to the Antiquarian Outlook for Week 10 of 2026, starting March 2nd. I'm Spencer W. Stuart, Collections Advisor, author of Contemporary Issues and Rare Books in Manuscript Collecting, and host of the monthly webinar Collecting Insights. For more details on my services, publications, and programs, follow the links below. On to last week's results. Monday, Gorringes had books and manuscripts. There were 168 lots offered within books, of which 133 sold, making for a 79% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was lot 1054. This psalter, completed in the 15th century in England, bound in the late 19th century. Estimates were set at £2,000 to £3,000, realizing £13,000. Tuesday, Chorley's had the March auction sale. There were 183 lots offered, of which 162 sold, making for an 88.5% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was for lot 455. The signed limited edition of T.S. Eliot's poems, 1909 to 1925. Estimates were set at £3,000 to £5,000, realizing £5,800. A buy-in of note, lot 466. This similbond of 3 volumes, all related to voyages, roughly dating from the late 1700s into the early 1800s. Estimates were set at £1,200 to £1,800. Next sale, Vermot de Pas had History and Regions of France. There were 644 lots offered, of which 43 sold, making for a 7% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was lot 148. 2 publications from 1791, bound together, relating to pharmaceutical law in France. Estimates were set at €200 to €250, realizing €210. A buy-in of note, lot 121. An archive of 75 papers relating to the Lepelletier de Saint-Fargeau family, ranging from 1736 to 1778. Estimates were set at €600 to €800. Next sale, Bukowski's had curated photographs. There were 32 lots offered, of which 21 sold, making for a 66% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was this photograph by Robert Zuckerman of Leonard Cohen in 1993. Bidding started at 20,000 Swedish kroner, realizing 40,000, the equivalent of just under $4,500. A buy-in of note, Denise Grunstein's Malplacé numéro 1 from 2005. Bidding was set to start at 4,000 Swedish kroner. A lot that exceeded expectation was Anderson's photograph of Sophia Loren in 1954. Bidding was set to start at 6,000 Swedish kroner, realizing 37,000, the equivalent of just above $4,000. On to Thursday, Forum Auctions had an online sale, books and works on paper. There were 300 lots offered, of which 270 sold, making for a 90% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was lot 264. 2 volumes bound together related to the plague, published in the mid to late 16th century. Estimates were set at £5,000 to £7,000, realizing £7,500. 2 buy-ins of note. Lot 29, this 35-page manuscript in secretary hand from 1601, of interest to researchers of heraldry. Estimates were set at £1,000 to £1,500. And lot 262, Lambert's Study on Optics, published in 1759, a first edition second issue. Estimates were set again at £1,000 to £1,500. Next sale, Antiquarian Auctions had books, maps, and photographs. There were 284 lots offered, of which 120 sold, making for a 48% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was lot 106, Salinas' early publication on geography from 1538. Estimates were set at $2,000 to $2,500, realizing $2,100. Next sale, Kestenbaum and Company had the library of the late Dr. Michael D. Paul from St. John's, Newfoundland. There were 200 lots offered, of which 170 sold, making for an 85% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was lot 133, a first complete edition of Marian's Study on Entomology from 1719 through to 1726. Estimates were set at $40,000 to $60,000, realizing $90,000. A buy-in of note, lot 198, Elkin's A Collection of Interesting Subjects of Marine Views, published in 1820. Estimates were set at $7,000 to $10,000. Next sale, Freeman's had Masters of the Multiple. There were 29 lots offered, of which 22 sold, making for a 76% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was lot 20, this etching with dry point by Pablo Picasso, created in 1904, however printed in 1913. Estimates were set at $70,000 to $90,000, realizing $140,800. A buy-in of note, lot 7, again Pablo Picasso, a lino-cut portrait of Jacqueline from 1961. Estimates were set at $60,000 to $80,000 US. Next sale, again Freeman's, had collect prints and photographs. There were 96 lots offered, of which 38 sold, making for a 39.5% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was Lot 7, this unique screen print by Damien Hirst from 2007. Estimates were set at $30,000 to $50,000 US, realizing $25,600 US. A buy-in of note, Lot 32, Robert Motherwell's A Throw of the Dice, No. 2 Blue from 1962-63, a lithograph. Estimates were set at $7,000 to $9,000 US. For a hyperlinked list of next week's auctions we have an eye on, please get in touch with us directly. As always, the Antiquarian Outlook is totally independent. Its producers do not hold inventory, nor do they represent any consignments or acquisitions mentioned. In the news, registration is now open for the April sessions of Collecting Insights. Registrants will receive a complimentary copy of contemporary issues and rare books and manuscript collecting. So follow the links below to see the content of various sessions and see which ones may suit you. If you have any questions about the content, please get in touch with us directly. Well, that's been the week from here. What do you think of last week's results? Let us know in the comments and we'll keep the conversation going. Again, if you want to stay up to date, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on your notifications, and let others know about this program. Thanks again for tuning in. All for now. We'll see you next week.